Hi, I'm Ashley.
And I'm Jada.
And welcome back.
Hi.
Today, as you saw, we are telling Storytime Hitchhikers stories. And we are said hitchhikers, not us picking them up. Although we have picked up before.
Ashley and Jada are twins.
Today we're going to talk about international hitchhiking. The Jada and Ashley, or Ashley and Jada's guide to
Hitchhiking around the world.
yeah, and just having to do one of these occasionally.
We realize that it's not the safest thing, so please...
With caution, if you ever decide to pick up a hitchhiker or hitchhike yourself. Some of ours were quite by accident, though.
Yeah.
And so
We're not gonna tell all of them. Just I think, like the Korea.
all of them. How many do we have?
The Korea, Borneo, and Italy one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So the first one we're going to talk about is just myself.
A solo.
Yeah, solo hitchhiking. And again, like I said, some of these are by accident. This is the by accident one.
Yes.
We were teachers there and walked to school every day. Walked home from school, took the bus, walked to the bus and then took it. And there was someone pulled up in front of the school and they had asked me like if I wanted a ride. And a couple...
In what language?
In Korean. And I'd had a couple of people, like, this was close to the end of my first year there, and I'd only had like a couple. But anyways, so he offers me a lift in Korean, and I accept, but it was like, I could only see like the side of his face. I thought it was one of my teachers, or not one of my teachers, one of the teachers at school. And when I got into the car and I saw his full face, I was like, "You're a stranger? I do not know you."
So, this is me on my own bus ride on the way back from school, because we taught at different schools, getting a text message from Jada, and it's a piece of mail with it written in Korean. I can see it's like someone's name and address. And I was like, what is this?
And I was just like, so I accidentally am hitchhiking. This is the person I'm hitchhiking with. Because he was like, I gotta stop by the post office to drop off this mail. And he had me hold it in my lap. So I was able to like very inconspicuously send her this information. And then he just, when he said he had one more stop besides the post office. So he stopped. And this is a very rural area.
Yeah, and we did not live in the towns we taught. We lived in a different city, so we had to commute.
And so he pulls over and he just leaves the keys in and everything as well. And I'm just like, should I be worried? Where's he going? What is he doing? This was a mistake, but I was already in the car and I didn't know how to communicate like, yeah, I accepted your ride because I thought you were someone else, but now I don't know you and I want to get out. And so I was just kind of stuck. And then he kept asking me to like dinner and things, and I was like...
But you have to understand, like, in Korea, it is a very, like, it's a part of culture to, like, invite someone to coffee.
Yeah.
Or
if you've
like
talked
that.
to them for, like, a minute.
Even if you're just meeting them, they'll be like, do you want to grab a coffee? Yeah. Like, it's not exactly the same as, like, sometimes in the U.S. it can be, do you want to grab a coffee means, like, do you want to go on a date or a wink or something. It's not.
But he drove me home, and, I had him drop me off at like a location.
Did you tell he wanted you to drive?
Oh yeah. He wanted me to drive.
He offered to let her drive his car.
Which would have been cool because, you know, I would have been driving in a foreign country. I've never driven like a car in a foreign country really. But I was like, I don't have my license here, and if I were to get in any kind of accident, that's just a headache I don't want. And so I was just like, thank you, but no. But yeah, so he dropped me off kind of near where I lived. He asked me for my number, and I acted like I didn't know what he was saying, because I was just like, you know, I don't know you. And then I waited for him to drive off, and I walked home. So that's the first story.
Because it wasn't, I mean, you didn't tell like how old the guy was.
He was much older than myself.
Yeah, it was more like in between dad, grandfather.
No. More in between. He's like twice my age. Like he was just
father.
Just father, yeah. He wasn't old enough to be granddad or anything like that.
All right. Second one was we backpacked through Asia for a couple of months, and we were in Borneo.
This one was on purpose.
Yes. We set this up intentionally.
Yes.
We went into the mountains, into like the center of Borneo, which is an island in Southeast Asia. And they've got like, you know,
We went to this botanical garden.
beautiful waters. They've got beautiful ocean and waters, do snorkeling, all this stuff like that. But inside the island is this mountain, and at the bottom of the mountain is this,
At the top of the mountain.
let me finish. After the entrance at the bottom of the mountain, it's a beautiful botanical garden, and then once you go up the mountain, there's this supposedly beautiful waterfall. And I say supposedly because you'll see.
But we got this map at the entrance. And
Yeah.
so we could tell, like, once we did the map a bit, that it was out of scale, because the botanical garden looked like it was right at the entrance, but it was like a 20-minute walk.
Yes,
past the
so
entrance.
we hadn't taken any transportation. Like a bus dropped us off there.
Yeah.
We're like, we'll just walk to the top. You know, by the time we got to the botanical gardens, we're like, oh, it won't take us very long to get to the top. But we soon found out that the little free map that did not have a scale was not to scale.
No.
We were walking and walking and walking, and we were like, we should have been at the top by now based on how far we went and how long it took us to get to the botanical gardens versus now.
It's like, I said that we're next to the entrance, but it, you know, on the map it was like this far, and so we're like, all right, well, that's 20 minutes. And then to the waterfall was like 5 of those. And so we're like, okay, yeah, this
like
is
a nice little hour hike. Like, we hiked a ton in Korea. Like, it's a huge hobby there.
And so we're like, this will be fine. About an hour and a half later, we're like,
This is not
are
fine.
we ever gonna get there?
This is not fine.
When it's hot, you know, there's no shade, and
There was lots of, because the trees and stuff like that.
no, but they were
shades.
off the road.
Well, I
They were
mean,
on
it
the
was
road.
like off and on shade. So we're like, we're gonna play dumb tourists and get picked up, because it was along the road as well, and so there were like lots of people who were driving past us.
And so I told Ashley, I said, the next time someone comes, let's get the map out
And look super
look really
confused.
confused. And that's exactly what we did.
Yeah.
And someone pulled over to help us.
It was a family of 3 women on a little vacation together, and they were super nice. They were from, the daughter had studied in the Philippines to study English. She was from Malaysia,
Yeah.
which Borneo is a part of Malaysia, but they had come
But
over.
they told us that the waterfall was still 2 miles away.
Yeah.
And we were like, what? We've been going forever. And seriously, guys, it was very hot. I can't stress, like, we only had like 1 bottle of water.
It
and
was
then
in
gone.
August. I mean, it was like 100 degrees, I think, there at that time or so.
Yeah.
So we get to the top,
And
there's fog. You cannot.
Bad
you can
fog.
hear the waterfall, as you can see in this. As you can see in this picture, like, this is a picture of us at the waterfall, but you don't see them. And so no waterfall to be seen. So we're doubly glad that we didn't spend another like hour or so hiking this, only to get there and be like,
there's nothing there.
There's nothing there.
But also, these ladies so graciously, like, where the bus dropped us off, we didn't know this at the time, but the bus doesn't pick back up there.
No.
It picks back up at a completely different location.
inside the city.
Like, inside the city, but no, it was the side of a road still. But these ladies really graciously also brought us, they showed us this beautiful view of the valley. It was so nice. And they were staying in these Mongolian huts, like traditional Mongolian huts.
As
So
you
they
can
were-
see, I mean, it was really cool inside, like done up in the traditional sense, and then they had those awesome views and stuff like that.
And then they brought us this little side road market where the bus would actually pick us up. And so we got to the side road market, and then it started raining
Raining right before.
And so it was good though, because they stayed with us, and we got to just, you know, they helped us flag down the vehicle. They spoke the local language. We're able to say, like, let these girls off, because it wasn't a bus stop. They were just like, the bus passes through here. We're not sure where the actual stop is. And so they were able to like flag it down, and we got on.
So crazy lucky. I mean,
Very
they showed
helpful.
us, like, saved us time, showed us a beautiful place,
Yeah.
and then helped us actually securely get back to
Where we were
on the beach that we were staying. So very happy about that turn of events.
The third time, we rejected the hitchhiking.
Several times before we said yes.
And then we said yes.
So we were backpacking through Europe, and this stop we were in Rome, and our next flight the next morning to go to Paris was at like 5 o'clock in the morning.
I think we had to be there at 5 or 7. It doesn't matter.
But we were like, what's the point in even purchasing a hotel to stay for the evening before that?
Hotel. She means hostel.
Yeah, at this point we did stay in a hostel at that time. Let's just go to the airport and stay the night instead of having to wake up at like 2 o'clock in the morning to go to the airport. So we took a train to the airport,
And we could see
it's the last train of the evening.
Yeah.
So it's nighttime, and as the train is slowing down into the station,
like maybe half a mile.
yeah,
You know, we see a couple of planes and like a hangar and stuff like that. And we're like, oh, it's really close.
Yeah.
Because I don't think this was the main Roman airport. Maybe
no, it wasn't.
it was like the
It's like the
smaller.
budgety
Yeah.
I think we loved Ryanair during that time. But so we get off, and there are taxis that specifically say taxis to the airport.
We asked how much the taxi was. It was like €30. And
Yeah.
we're like, we passed it. It's, you
Yeah,
know.
we're like, I've been looking, I was like, this is like, just don't put your head down, keep it back.
We're like, we
That's
passed the flight.
ridiculous.
Like, we passed the planes back there. It's
It's
only.
like, you're taking advantage of people at the end of the night. You have no other option because it was like 11 o'clock at night or something like that, but to take your services.
So we're like,
We're not going to be...
We're gonna roll our bags and we're gonna walk to this airport.
Because
It's
all we
well
did...
lit.
Because we spent 5 months backpacking, and all we did was take a carry-on bag for the 5 months.
Mm-hmm.
But every time we had to fly somewhere, we had 2 jackets, and we would double up and wear both jackets for the flight.
So we're taking our bags. It's well lit. We're like, this will be fine. And as we're leaving, a couple of guys pull over and they're like, hey, are you going to the airport? And we're like, yeah. They're like, well, we're going there too. We can give you a lift. And we're like, oh no, that's okay. We're fine to walk. And they're like, okay. We go a little bit further. Someone else stops. And we're like, no, we're okay. We're gonna walk.
And the road at this point is pretty well lit with
Yeah.
like
street lights.
Street
You
lights
guys
and
know
stuff
what a
like
well lit
that.
road looks like.
But
Well-
as we keep getting farther and farther, there are less and less lights.
Yeah. And
Until
there's no lights.
there's like a building with a spotlight off of it, and we had these guys in like a little bitty...
SUV.
No, it's like a Fiat type. It's like,
No.
it was a car. It was a hatchback. Okay, there we go. We had these guys stop. These 3 younger guys, early 20s.
Young Italian
gentlemen. Stopping. They had a little hatchback. Ask us, do you guys need a ride somewhere? And we're like...
In Italian.
In Italian. We're like, no, we're good. So they drive...
We tell them, they ask us where we're going, we say to the airport. We don't speak Italian. So they move on and we keep walking.
But they stopped not like 20 yards ahead. And so we start to get a little bit concerned because that's the direction we're walking in. When
we have like a little spritz bottle
of body spray.
and so we get that out to use as like a pepper spray if we need it.
I carry pepper spray now. We probably should have then as well.
Yeah.
But what they did was they had pulled over and they Google translated dangerous
Yeah.
into English.
they're
Like walking night dangerous is what it says.
So they were coming and they're telling us and all of this stuff and
And we were like, you know what? Okay.
well
Like-
they were like, it's it's far, and we're like, it's not that far, but there are no lights. It is getting a bit spooky, so we'll take this ride. And the guy in the back with us is just,
I think he didn't want to intimidate, which is a great thing for men to be aware of, that women,
Just
especially
their
in strange
presence to be
situations. Yes. And so he did this number like the entire time while the 2 of us sat in the back. 3 of us sat in the back, but he did this number, so he like tried to not touch us the entire time. He still was like engaging and talking and stuff, but it was very
Very
shy.
shy. The guy in the front driving.
Hold on. Within like the first minute, though, we passed what was clearly a private airstrip. So is a good thing because we were walking to the wrong place.
And the guy in the front is like, speaking Italian. He's using his hands, very typical thing. And then he's talking to his buddies. He was like, these girls were idiots thinking they could walk. And then we
didn't tell them that we knew, like, I mean, we were okay at Spanish. We're still okay at Spanish. I mean, not amazing, but like understanding is pretty good. But we responded back in Spanish.
We responded in English.
Oh yeah.
We responded in English, and he was like, I thought you couldn't speak Italian. We're like, we don't speak Italian, but we know enough Spanish to know that you just called us idiots. He's like, no, you're not idiots. Just the situation that you're doing, not smart.
Yeah.
And it turns out like we saw all the signs, after we
once because they had to get like an interstate type of
and
thing.
we could see the signs that they were following to the airport because
Yeah.
we were vigilantly watching that.
Yeah.
But seriously, it was like another 15-20 minutes.
Yeah, in the car. We were so lucky because that was so sweet of them. There was no way that was like the direction pretty much that they were headed in. So they went out of their way to take us. They were lively, held bilingual mixed conversations and stuff like that. It was fun. And we got there once again safely.
Yeah. And we saved €30.
Yeah.
Because we tried to give them some money and they were like, don't be insulting us.
Yes, I think you did know how to say insulting in English. Don't.
But you understood what I was saying.
Yeah.
But I don't know. The point of the story is hitchhiking is not safe. But we've been very lucky in the fact
That's
that...
just what people tell you because of like... of exceptions to the rule. But like there's always exceptions to the rule.
Yeah, because we picked up hitchhikers and we're perfectly nice ladies.
Yeah. My parents don't like the fact that I do that. My dad makes me carry a mini bat.
A little tiny little bat. It's so cute.
In my car, he's like, if you're gonna pick up hitchhikers, you have to keep this in your car. And then you have pepper spray on your keychain and all this other good stuff. So he's like, yeah.
And she'll call and be like, hey guys, I'm doing that thing again. But anyways, we hope you enjoyed. You can tell us about some of your fun little travel experiences if you've kind of gone out on the rails whenever you've traveled as well. I hope you guys enjoyed. Tune in next time to see what shenanigans we're getting up to. Bye.